All right, ladies and gentlemen, hey, we are about to go qualifying. This is the qualifying session for Formula GP. Every lap is a lap in anger. This is the Group A, Vorney, and we've got out on the water Joel Smith from Smith Family Racing, the yellow-blue machine. Nick Coles, Lucas Oils, the New Zealand sensation. Ewan Bricker, the stars and stripes of Team Bricker Racing. Austin McDonald, the black and white Mulgard from South Australia. Bud Light Racing is Dave Meads, 117 Motorsport. The orange machine of Kai Cornell. Simon Troy, 888 Racing. Greg Banks in final feature. Hunter Valley Fire is Shane Martin. And Mercury Racing, Caleb Frost had a steering drama. Out the back, we've got a caution. That is Austin McDonald, the man from South Australia.
Yeah, that's not a way he'd want to start his practice session here on Lake Mawala here today. As I said, beautiful conditions out there at the moment, but watch the water start to develop a chop. The more boats get out there, the rougher this little water is going to get. And these little bits of chop.
Oh, we're going to start the clock on Joel Smith. So boat number 66, the yellow and blue machine. He nearly blew that thing over in the entry to the state. He is going to push hard. This is the Babber. He's through turn number one. A little bit ugly in the middle part of that corner there, Vorney. Lifts it up, so full throttle. The Mercury 2.5, about 8,400, 8,500 RPM. The Babber hanging on a knife edge down the back chute. He's gone 20 seconds. I reckon there'll be about 40-second laps out of these guys.
Yeah,
Watch
definitely.
him through this turn. Bang! Slams it down. Back on the gas. Oh, a little bit late on their trim up on the way out of that corner. Lost a bit of a speed there, but let's pick up a time on him.
Well, this is only going to be his first lap, so we'll see how we go this time. So the front of the boat seems to be up a little bit higher compared to the other boats as he blows down into turn number one, flies the boat again. It gets a little bit untidy on the entry into turn number one. Our two apex corner down there in turn number one. Need to have two bites at that corner, get right in close to that middle pin and then accelerate hard down the side straight.
Joel Smith, 45.2, unofficially in the commentary box. I've got the clock on Ewan Bricker right now, which is the Stars and Stripes machine. So Bricker is going to be fast. We know that about him. He qualifies incredibly well. Just keep your eyes everywhere. Greg Banks, I think you've got the clock on him.
Got him on this one. 43.47 for Greg Banks as he heads down into turn number one. And it looks like that was a flyer because he's gone very wide on the entry into turn number one. So this one's not going to count.
On the ragged edge. Ewan Bricker now comes into the final straight. He's looking fast as well. So can Bricker put some numbers together? I tell you what, he's into the 42s. I've got Ewan Bricker unofficially. So right now, Bricker into the 42s.
Well, I've got the clock on the Lucas Oil boat now as it goes down into turn number one. Looking very nice. Oh, he's clipped the buoy.
So that's New Zealand, Nick Coles. He's hit the turn buoy now. Kai Cornell, 117 Motorsport. The orange and white coming through now. He is your series leader. Let's get a run on Cornell. I've missed him.
You missed it. I'm on the Lucas Oil boat at the moment. Just down there entering turn number two. He's coming out towards the bridge and out onto the main straight. The boat looking very, very stable in the water as he lines up this last corner. It's a good entry into the corner now as he tilts the boat in. Oh, he's run really wide, so I don't think this time is going to be a representable time.
All right, Bud Light Racing, Davey Meads. Let's get some numbers out of the mediator, but I tell you, at the minute, I reckon Ewan Bricker's pulling some big numbers. So Bud Light Racing in the back straight right now. Geez, this beautiful GDR. She is hanging on the ragged edge. Meadsy's got a bucket of trim into this thing into turn number two. Settles it down. He's clean through two. So that's a nice run. Comes into this final straight back at this big crowd starting to build here. He's 35 seconds in. He's Bud Light. Very, very quick on the exit. Let's see what we can do for Davey Meads. This is going to be good. Needs to settle a boat. Whoa, that's a cracking time as well. So Meads is into the 44 earlies.
There comes the Lucas Oil boat that I've got my eye on as he comes across the line in a 44-second lap for Lucas Oil.
So Lucas Oil's into the 44. That's a great number from him. All right, this time round, Kai Cornell, series leader. My finger is poised. Let's see what numbers we can get out of the orange and white machine of the 117 Motorsport.
Oh, he's
just come out of it.
Yep.
Commentator's curse.
Ewan Bricker going past again in one of the best presented Australian Formula Powerboat Grand Prix boats here this weekend. Bud Light going through again down into turn number 1, and that sounded a bit fluffy as it went past.
So the yellow and blue machine now, all these guys, as the time clicks down, I'm trying to get lap times. They're starting to take wide lines on me. Shane Martin, Hunter Valley Fire. Let's have a look at where he's at. Unbelievable competitor, this guy. Oh, geez, nice on that pin. He's tight. So running a different line completely. Pulls that Mulgard in hard. This is the all-white machine in the back straight now. Dancing sponson to sponson, so just settles the nose of the boat a little bit. He's got good straight line pace into the back. Let's watch him through turn number 3. Turn 2, I should say. Very, very clean. Hunter Valley Fire through there now. It's deceptively fast, this boat, I tell you. He's done it to me before, and he's got good numbers now as he comes into the front chute. How is he going to stop the clock? This is going to, settle the chain.
Oh, that's the first boat into the 41s.
He nearly lost it right there on the line. You see that inside sponson kick up. He was almost upside down, but unofficially a sub 42 from Martin.
You pick up on the Bud Light boat as it comes across the line. We'll grab a time this time through.
All right, Cornell's back out there. We'll pick up Kaikow. He's a bit untidy. Lost a bit of drive on the exit of that corner. You can see the boat completely lifting out of the water, but backs it off a little bit earlier. This is the Aussie F1 Composites, the orange top. But he's come right out of it, so not happy with that lap. He's going to start again.
Bud Light looks like he's on a flyer at the moment as he exits turn number 2 over the other side. And coming now down towards the bridge corner and out onto the main straight. Let's see what he can do. Nice and close to the pin on the entry. Straightens it up, puts the floor to the boards. Flies that across the line, and it's a 43. A 43.74.
So there is a gaggle of boats around this low 43, mid 43 mark. All improving in times.
But the standout at the moment for Hunter Valley Fire Services, it's all Shane Martin by 1 full second over the rest of the field. And now that's like the length of the Nullarbor.
That's a big number for Martin. I might have to check the calibrated iPhone finger, but I've got a number running now on Greg Banks, which is the silver and purple machine exiting turn number 1 right now, because Banksy is notoriously fast. I had him the first man in under 44, but he's backed right off it, as time would tell.
Now, we have missed a turn buoy that has deflated, so that's going to change the actual course at the moment. So maybe that could explain that 41-second lap.
That's a valid point, Vaughan, because that 3-buoy turn has now become a 2-buoy turn, but they all have an equal advantage. So Cornell running a little bit wider than I think Joel Smith on his outside wanted to. You could see Smith having to amend his line, but Kai Cornell has come out of it. So look at this yellow and blue Babber in the back straight now as it goes through to turn number 2. This boat, I just love the attitude of this boat.
And it looks so aggressive with that front end, the front of the sponsons.
Yeah.
Just very aggressive look.
The way the nose of the boat dives down, so very differently aerodynamically. And as I said, it's a new style. It's a European style boat. It tends to sit higher and flatter than the rest of the boats. 5 minutes to go in qualifying. So Smith looking good. That engine sounding strong, Vaughan.
Yeah, as he fires the boat down into turn number 1. Very nimble in the turn number 1. He takes 2 bites at turn number 1 as we have lost that turn buoy on the exit. And he fires it down the side straight again, and no porpoising. That boat is sitting beautifully in the water as he heads down towards the 2 yellow cones.
Tell you, the fastest man on track right now for my money is Shane Martin. This is the all-white Mulgard for Hunter Valley Fire at the bridge end. Now he's come out of it. He's going to run a wider line right now, so looking for a qualifying lap. So what he's doing there is he's trying to square up this straight. So come in with maximum velocity. So It's sort of a fast one, slow one, fast one, slow one. So started the clock on him this time through. But gee, that boat looks fast right now. Gee,
it sure does. Gee, he really hugged that corner. Just about took out another turn boy on the entry into turn number 1. But great terminal speed down there on the entry into turn number 1. He's back up to full revs as he flies down towards the twin yellow buoys turned out there on the New South Wales side of the course, and then fires it back up towards the final corner. Keep your eye on Shane Martin for Hunter Valley Fire Racing. This is going to be an absolute flyer, Andrew.
He needs to stay with this lap. He's good on the exit here as well. This is going to be quick, ladies and gentlemen. Shane Martin, we're talking 41.7 unofficially up here.
And that's twice now, so it wasn't a calibration problem. That is true speed.
Now, Ewan Bricker has been to the bank, so I know Gavin Bricker, they will have changed the propeller, so we need to get another time out of the Stars and Stripes of Bricker. Now, wide line here coming from Kai Cornell, the orange and white machine.
This will be a flyer. Got the calibration finger working on that boat at the moment.
But I'm going to try and pick up one out of Greg Banks because this boat is hauling. You can see what I mean when I talk about having to drive these things to the ragged edge, Vaughan, that they...
Yeah, you've already said that one of the boats just about on the brink of blowing over. So it's going to be really exciting. 18 of these boats out there for race number 1.
Remembering this is only half of the field, ladies and gentlemen. This is giving them a bit of room so they can qualify. You wait till we go racing. The Stars and Stripes in the back straight.
Here's our man.
Ewan Bricker, the DAC of TBR. This has a different attitude, so they have made a propeller change. The boat running flat and hard right now. Gee, he's quick on the exit of turn number 2 to the bridge end, running a real wide line, so he's given that one away for me. I had the clock on him.
As you said, going out really wide on turn number 4.
Yeah, this is tactical, so he's now got maximum velocity into this front straight, so he'll want this one to count.
This will be a flyer. As he heads down into turn number 1, boat sitting beautifully as he goes into that headwind and then starts to get it from the starboard side now. They'll be pushing the boat towards us over here on the foreshore as he flies across the top of Lake Moala. As Andrew said, these guys referred to as pilots.
Yeah, young gun from Langwarrin in Victoria. He started in junior racing in the J3 category, took a little bit of time off, and then came back when they were running a 2-boat team. So father and son, Gavin retiring now and putting his son into the boat. This boat came from Europe. This is going to be a good lap. It's going to be a very nice lap, very clean.
A 41.68.
There is nothing.
Oh.
Now, the guy that could upset them all out here right now is this guy coming through right now.
Oh, a 41.6
on him.
41.6 versus a 41.7.
Now, remembering this is commentary box timing, so we will get the official times, but Shane Martin, Ewan Bricker, who else have we got up there? I reckon Greg Banks is right, knocking on the door. Kai Cornell, in my book, needs to find a little bit of pace. He seems to be fighting this Aussie F1 Composites hull a little bit. Oh, we've got a boat over. Ooh, to the left. Ewan Bricker has gone over. So that'll be a red flag, ladies and gentlemen. The crowd, the big sigh. So Bricker, unfortunately, as I said, you can see that turn buoy is deflated on exit. So he's actually cleaned up the turn buoy, and that will be what has turned him over, unfortunately. So a little bit of, you can see the sponson tip on the inside. Heartbreak for the young kid. I talked about it. He is super fast, and he looked super clean. So the rescue crews will move in. And got a lot of power, this Mercury 2.5 litre built by the mainline Dynalog boys. He's looking good on the way through. He's quick out on that exit there. Looking for around the 41s, but let's see how he goes. Whoa!
Oh, wow. 40.85. A very, very quick time. So we wait for mine to come through. I'm on Hadley Deegan at the moment. The blue boat just entering the last corner at the moment. Currently at a 34 seconds, so it's not going to be very quick. But this is only lap 1. a 41.55.
So that was Reese Coles of
Hadley
41.
Deegan.
No, that's Reese Coles.
Oh, sorry, Reese Coles, yep, in the blue one.
Hadley's out the back now. So I've got Paul Sane in turn number 2, the silver boat. So watch him in the back part there. This is the Trim King. Oh, unloaded the inside sponsor. That will have cost him a couple of tenths, and we know it's been quick. So runs a wide line out there. Yeah, I think he wasn't happy with that, so he's probably lining up. We'll see what his number looks like. Yeah, he's slow. He's 43, 44, so he's thrown that one away.
And that's all it takes, isn't it? Just for one of those sponsons to come out of the water.
Let's get a start on Sam Lucas. Marine Jackson's Lucas Tree Services into turn number 1. Oh, he turns it in hard there. He's nice on the exit, settles it a little bit. Lets that beautiful new GTR nose fly in the back straight. The Mercury 200 XS Optimax screaming to the rev limiter. Props very aggressively, this guy, and he changed his driving style after his trip to Europe. Completely changed the way he exits a corner. He's very tight on the exit there, so running a short track this time through, so potentially prop low, looking for acceleration. Beautiful drift on the exit, so this is going to be a decent time out of slamming Sammy Lucas, Marine Jackson's Lucas Tree Services.
Wow. Another one.
He's in the low 41s.
Pick up on 74 as he goes across the line. We've got a time on this one as he enters into turn number 1 at the moment. Drops the front of the boat down and turns very aggressively into turn number 1. Washes off a lot of speed, and that's going to cost you if you turn in too much. Does the boat bog down?
It does. That's Steve Gilligan in the Marine Jackson. In the Epic Marine Jacksons. Interestingly, though, he went past turn 1, so he might be trying to square the corner up. So, as in make 1 turn instead of 2. So watch him, he's nice through there. As Lucas comes out, he's looking for a straight run into this straight. So yeah, that's tactically, they're not going to get a time this time through.
So boat number 24 just going across in a 46.33, so not representative of that fast time.
All right, so I'm going to run some numbers on this little beautiful DAC of Will Parker. The white boat with the green flash on its top sides now into turn number 1. He's back in the saddle for the first time in a long time. He's beautiful through the exit of 1. Settles it nicely. A little bit cautious maybe on the second part of turn number 1, but stands the boat up on its heels.
He had 2 bites at that.
Not scared of the trim in the back straight, so he levels it out a little bit now, but he's got good forward pace into turn number 2 is Parker.
Guys working together here as they cross over the start-finish line.
Rolls around the back of the straight, so this is going to be very respectable. He's coming out now. Watch him as he exits. So tight on the pins. Oh, settle it now, Will. Oh, got that one on
that
camera.
Was on
that
the verge
was
of going
right
over.
on the edge as well. You could see the hands on the head of the crew there. So needs to find a little bit of time that time through. So he's in about the 44s for Parker.
So as you can see out there, there's a lot of different lines to take around these corners. And this one, the blue one coming across now, that was Simon Troy, really on the verge of going over on the exit of the corner.
All right, so numbers running on the Trim King, Paul Sane. Rockets down the back chute, the silver machine with the laughing jaws. This is an Aussie F1 Composites boat. They've re-engineered twice now, and it looks flat and fast. Same hull as Kai Cornell. Oh, a big wiggle of the tail on the entry to that corner. So fighting the boat a little bit there. So that's interesting. That's almost a vertical engine height issue.
Done it again. Simon Troy, that boat, I don't know whether he's doing that on purpose or it's a characteristic of his driving. So he's run really wide, so we'll stop that time. That's not going to happen.
All right.
We'll have to watch Reese Coles in the blue boat. I think he's down in, coming out of turn number 1 at the turn number 4 at the moment. Or 3, sorry.
3.
There he goes, the end of there. 2, 3. So heading up towards turn number 3. Just watch this boat, Andrew, on the way out of the corner. He's gone a really long way this time, so it's not going to demonstrate what I was going to say. The boat really kicks itself up out of the water, and it looks like it's right on the verge of going over.
He's a very aggressive driver, is Reece Coles. That's why he wears championship number 1. Whoa, Sammy Lucas now. I've got him in the sub 41 seconds. So the Epic R Marine Jacksons is looking into the 40s as well. So he is right there alongside. Again, unofficially, I had Simon Troy in a 40.8 and Lucas now in the 41s. So Hadley Deegan, the blue machine, now into turn number 1. He's nice in through the first part of 1. The boat looking a little bit wet for my liking, so a little bit less air underneath it in the back part. So propeller selection maybe needs to think about a bit of a bigger blade that's going to lift the back of the boat a little bit more. So again, definitely prefers a bit more chop on the water than what we're seeing here, but very nice. Oh, bit of a half hook as I put the commentator's curse on him.
And hooked it right in again.
The boat just bit in a little bit too hard, so that's going to cost him time. That'll be a no result for that one.
Lap time as well. So once you've had a bit of a frighten like that, it's going to put you off probably your next 1 or 2 laps until you can regain that composure and get confident in the boat again.
Now, Reece Coles looks like he's lost the... I know, maybe I'm wrong. Right, let's get some times out here. I want to see a number out of Stephen Gilligan. Right, so boat number 24. The blue cow with the white sides. Now, he's had to be wide that time through because he's got Lucas to his inside, so that's going to affect his time.
Simon Troy right off the gas as he comes past the commentary box, down into turn number 1.
Clock ticking down, some good clean laps getting done. Oh, Paul Sane monstering this Trim King machine on the exit. Stephen Gilligan, there's a second of these two R Marine. So R Marine Lucas Tree Services in 15, Epic R Marine in 24. I'd like to see Steve find a bit of clear water because he's been compromised a little bit in that line through there. I reckon there might be some time in it.
Yeah, he's having to run really wide to avoid the wash.
Have a look at Matt Smith. This time through the Smith family racing machine. This beautiful yellow and blue Baba. Oh, I missed my time.
I missed that one.
A lot of experience behind the wheel. Obviously, only had this boat for 12 months though, so he's learning every single second he's out there. And he's very nice in the back chute.
There's the Trim King coming past, and we'll put a time on him this time through. Boat looking very settled as it tilts itself into turn number 1. Seemed to grab a fair bit of water there on the port sponson. It now stands it up and drives it all the way down the side straight here.
Reece Coles putting in some good hard numbers now. And Matty Smith's right in the mix here too now, so he's in those 44 numbers as well. It's going to be nothing in this lot.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tenths of seconds again in this practice session. As this is the boat that I was picking up on for a lap time. He's already into the 43s. It's a 44.2 for the Trim King.
Yeah, not translating. The boat looks fast, but it's not translating to a lap time. I've got Epic R Marine coming across the line right now, and it's, whoa, good numbers, Steve Gilligan. So he's in the 42s. So
low 42s.
Yeah, maybe I might have a 0.5 on that with my finger, but a good run from Stephen Gilligan in Epic R Marine Jackson.
So who's struggling? Is that Paul Sane is struggling with a 44? So we should pick up on him and see what is going on with that boat. So here's the R Marine boat, number 15.
Yeah, so Lucas comes back to the bank. So green flag conditions. Looks a better lap from Stephen Gilligan as well. So he's starting to find time. Matt Smith looking good. Now out the back here, we see if Neil can pick it up. You've got Simon Troy in the red and white machine, the mainline Dynalog. He's going right out the back of the course. Now, that's taken a breather. He's going to turn up, find some clear water, I'm guessing, and head in for a hard charge single lap flyer to try as the clock ticks down. So
here
we
he
might
comes
try
now.
and put a number on him.
He's got 2 boats in front of him. Oh, Trim King right out of the water on the exit of turn number 3.
Troy's coming back to the bank. So there you go. He's made a liar out of me.
Might have been an issue on board that boat. He's but unfortunately, yeah, everybody's starting to back down now as they get into turn number 1, which is what is expected.
Right, Lucas, Marine Jackson's Lucas Tree Services into number 1. He's strong through there. Turns it around there at the back of the chute. So this GTR hull sitting very, very nicely in the back chute. Very good acceleration out of there, but I'm not sure about the top end. So prop selection being critical here, but he's got a clean run through. So got a clock on Sam Lucas now. He's clean out of turn number 2 in that short bridge straight into turn number 3. So
right up on
turns
the
the boat
pins.
in hard on the pin. So looking at a different line, stands the boat up, grabs the air, lets it drift. So looking at a 41 here.
That is really quick.
Might have been a tenth early, but
40.94.
we are potentially talking 40.94.
So does he go to the top?
No, I still
No,
had
still
Simon
an
Troy with an
85.
early 40.8. Now, again, this is
9
commentators.
100ths of a second.
This is commentators' fingers here, but Reece Coles, Butler Vehicles, pops the canopy lid. The number 1 ticket holder, the reigning champion, brings it back to the bank. We are still under green flag conditions, so some of these drivers obviously feeling as though they have put their best lap down and there's no point to continue.
I think they're all coming in by the look of this, except the yellow one's still on a
I reckon
flyer.
Matt Smith will use this
And
opportunity to just put
another one of
more
the
laps in
Marines.
on the Baba. Clock on Matt Smith now, so he's beautiful. That's a real nice turn out of turn 1, the way the Baba. Look at the distance it gained in the middle of that corner on the GDR in front of it. They are a fundamentally different boat, and he's got some straight line boat speed.
Certainly
That's
has.
the thing about Luke. I reckon they're propped down a little bit too much. I reckon they could do it with a little bit more legs through that part of the track. Smith on the inside, Lucas to the outside. It's a nice turn there, Matt Smith. 28 seconds gone, so
Smith up the inside here into turn number 3.
watch him through here.
Right on the pins again.
So settling on a short track, these Babas do that. They turn beautifully and they launch themselves out of there.
He goes across the line.
Yeah, so good time from him. That's low. That's into the low 43s, late 42s there for Matty Smith. So,
And checkered flag has been shown to those 2 drivers. So that brings to a close our practice session. Another exciting, and there's nothing between these guys.
I don't.
You put all 18 of them together, we're probably talking 2.5 seconds between 18 boats.
I don't trust my own timing at all with that one because I'm looking at the number I've written down for Reece Coles, and I don't think that is going to be right. But I tell you, I think unofficially up here, I reckon Simon Troy in one of those early laps.
Yeah, it was.
It was a bit of a lap of the gods. Now remember the fastest time we saw at a Group 1 was a 41.6, and I had 2 drivers, being Lucas and Simon Troy, sub 41. Now again, iPhone timing, looking up there, this I could be like at least half a second out. But I tell you what, I reckon Simon Troy got an early lap on that. It won't be too long, and the magnificent Fowler timing team downstairs will give us some numbers, and we'll be able to bring you